This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, welcome back, Rabbi side. Parshas Pekudei. I'm going to tell you something from the end of Pekudei. V'rachatzu mimenu Moshe v'Aharon uvanav es yedeihem v'es ragleihem. And Moshe, Aaron, and his sons will wash from it their hands and their feet. What is this referring to? What are they washing their hands from? A, the sink. B, the water fountain. C, the Kiyar. What's the right answer? The Kiyar. All right, you guys are on the ball today. So, there's a Gemara in Zvachim. The Gemara in Zvachim says on Daf Yutes and Beis, Kol Kiyar she'ein boi kedei lekadesh arba kohanim mimenu ein mekadshim boi. That a Kiyar has to be big enough for 4 people to wash from. It has to have enough room that 4 people could wash. Shenemar v'rachatzu mimenu Moshe v'Aaron ubanav. So it has to be able that 4 people could wash from it. How do we know? That's what the pasuk says. V'rachatzu mimenu Moshe v'Aaron ubanav.
All at the same time? How do we infer that?
Who are the 4? Moshe, Aaron, Nadav, and Avihu. And the 2 sons of Aaron. Fragt the Kesef Mishnah. If the Makar is Aaron ubanav, but wait a second, at this time, Aaron had 4 sons. Aaron had 4 sons. We shall learn out from here that the Kiyar has to be big enough that 6 people should be able to wash from it. This is the question of Maran Bet Yosef in the Kesef Mishnah. So, one of the very interesting personalities of the 19th century, who was born in Lita in 1817, he passed away at the age of 68 in 1885, was the son of the Rashash, Rav Matisyahu Strashun. Rav Matisyahu Strashun was a great Russian Talmudist. He was a Talmud Chacham who specialized in the Medrash, and he amassed one of the greatest libraries in the history of the Jewish people, and that formed the backbone of the Strashun library. Now, I believe he passed away without children, and that library ultimately disintegrated. You see, what happens when you go to a library, what most people do is they conveniently borrow a book long term, and very, very long term. And ultimately the library no longer became functional, but Rav Matisyahu Strashun says the following pshat. What does the word mean, v'rachatzu? What does the word mean, v'rachatzu? So you would say, v'rachatzu, and they washed, and they should wash? Is it a command to the future, v'rachatzu, and they should wash? Or is it a report about the past? Says Rav Matisyahu Strashun, v'rachatzu does not mean a command, you should wash, but it's rather telling me what happened. The pasuk is describing the activities of the Hakamas HaMishkan, and in the narrative, it's adding that, by the way, on that day, Moshe Rabbeinu put the Kiyar in its place. He put water there. And then Aaron and his sons and Moshe washed their hands and feet. However, if that's the case, if this is a report of what happened, and not a command what should happen, well, there's an opinion in the Medrash, and namely Reish Lakish, that one of the 4 things that caused the death of Nadav and Avihu was that they entered the Mishkan without washing their hands. If v'rachatzu is not a command, you see, if it was a command, then it would be commanding Moshe, Aaron, and the 4 sons. But if it's a report of what happened, according to Reish Lakish, Nadav and Avihu did not wash. The only ones who washed are Moshe, Aaron, Elazar, v'Isamar. Says Rav Matisyahu Strashun. This is how the Gemara in Zvachim Yutes and Beis learns out, derives that the halacha is a Kiyar needs to be big enough for how many people to wash from? 4 people to wash from. My Rabbi say, Agitin.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.